On January 26, 2009, my mother and I had just returned from a trip from Fort Walton Beach visiting her sister. Glad to be home in our own beds that night, but about 1:46 that evening, her neighbor called me and told me that my mom's house was on fire. Immediately got up, rushed out of the house, calling my family, my brother, and our entire family that lives here in Gainesville, and made it to her house within a couple of minutes. When I actually walked out of my home, I could hear the fire engines going to our house because we live that close to each other. We arrived there, my husband and I, and the fire trucks were there, the neighbors were out, and my mother was still in the house. And after a few moments later, the fireman, Wes McQueen, brought her out of the house, carried her out of the house, and with much relief. From that point, our entire family took off. We went to Shands Hospital, where we met with the doctor in the trauma unit there, and they shared with us the condition of my mother, that she never stopped breathing, but she had a lot of smoke damage to her lungs, and that, we had a long road ahead of us. They talked about the options of coming to Shands Rehab or going to a nursing home type facility to seek her continued care. It is 3 hours of therapy every day. It's hard work. And I told them, you go ahead and assess her. She's going to go to Shands Rehab. But we were here every day with her as she went through her exercises to support her and to make sure that she was working through the challenges and the pain that she had to go through. They were very clear when we came here. Each therapist, doctor, nurse that met with her sat down with her when she first got here and said, what are your goals for being here? What do you want to do? What do you want to see as the end result of this? And so it was clear to them what she wanted and from what the family wanted as well. The family here at Shands Rehab, I know most of them by name. They took care of my mother. Some of the CNAs, I came in and my mother's hair one day was braided. I don't braid. They took care of her hair because they knew Miss Roberts needed to have her hair done. But they took care of her hair, her grooming. They knew that, we were conscious of her well-being throughout the day. So even at night when we weren't here, I knew that she was getting the extra care that she needed. But when I went home at night, I knew she was in good hands. When I went home at night, and if I called back here throughout the evening, they never made me feel like I was imposing or, oh my gosh, here's this family calling me again. They let me know what was going on and made me feel comfortable that when I wasn't here, she was in good hands. And if there was a problem, they called me. And so it was easy for me to know what was going on even when I wasn't here during the night. I would recommend care at Shands Rehab, hands down, to anybody that I spoke with. The care that they give to your family member is above the best. The care and the fact that when you're getting in here, you're in here to get well and to get out of here. They're not wanting you to stay and camp out for months at a time. You're here on a schedule to try and get you well and get you up and out. And so I tell people, I recommend here, hands down, to come here, but understand when you send your family member there, it's hard work. It's 3 hours every day and maybe a little bit of a break on a weekend, but it's hard work. And don't expect to see your family members necessarily in the evening time, because by then they're exhausted because they're doing hard work to get them ready to go home. And without a doubt, I would recommend this place to anybody that I came in contact with. 3 months later, 8 surgeries later, we were able to bring her home. And we couldn't ask for anything better. She is the queen and the matriarch of our family. And she went through a tough time, but because of her spirit, her faith, and her family, and the love and the community, the support of our community, she rallied through.